I'm Dan Archibald, and I'm going to be continuing with the story that Kim Messenger began in yesterday's video. The story of the week that Jesus and his friends spent in Jerusalem leading up to Jesus' death and resurrection. The week called Holy Week. This is the temple in Jerusalem. This is how it looked in Jesus' day, or not quite how it looked, because in real life there would have been people everywhere. The temple was an important place for religious Jewish people, probably the most important place. And the people with authority in the temple, the priests and the religious leaders, thought that they were pretty important too. So you can imagine how upset they were when Jesus showed up and started acting like he knew more about God than they did. And what did they hate the most? Hearing the kids cheering for Jesus. So when they saw Jesus teaching in the temple, they had to object. They marched up to him and demanded, "Who said you could do all these things you're doing?" "I'll tell you," said Jesus, "if you can answer one question for me first. Who said that John could baptize people? Did his authority come from God or just from people?" They stepped back to talk it over amongst themselves. What do we say? If we say it was from God, they'll ask why we didn't follow John ourselves. But if we say it was just human, everyone will be mad at us because they all think that John was a prophet. They might even kill us. So finally, they went back to Jesus and told him, "We don't know." So of course, Jesus answered, "Then I won't tell you who gave me my authority." Then a group of religious leaders called Pharisees thought of a way that they could trick Jesus. They sent some of their followers to him with a question. "Teacher," they said, "we know how honest you are when you talk about God. Now tell us what you think about this. Is it okay to pay taxes to Caesar?" Caesar was the Roman emperor, and they thought that Jesus would get in trouble however he answered. Either he would say yes and offend the Jewish people who were suffering under the Roman rules, or no and get in trouble with the Roman governor. But Jesus saw through their plan. "Why are you trying to trap me?" he said. "Here, show me the coin used for the tax." So they handed him a Roman coin, and he asked, "Whose picture is on this coin?" "Well, Caesar's, of course," they answered. "So then," said Jesus, "give Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and give God the things that are God's." This answer amazed them, and they went away. Then the Pharisees had another idea. They came to Jesus again, and one of them, who was an expert in the religious laws, said, "There are lots of laws in the Bible. Teacher, which one of them is the most important?" Jesus had an answer. "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your mind. That's the most important law. And there is another one that is just as important. Love your neighbor as much as yourself. All the other laws and everything the prophets said is based on those two." Again, the Pharisees didn't know what to say to that, and they tried to think of other ways they could get Jesus. And that is our story for Tuesday of Holy Week.